Be up, guys. Be up, guys. Welcome to this stream. Victorious bees. Buzzing. Brilliant. Brilliant, guys. This match is a reaction to the match last night. West Ham 0, Bees 2. Come on. Get in. This is more like it. This is superb, yeah. Everyone will go on and say, oh, West Ham were poor. They were crap. They were useless. They were nothing. But let's go on and talk about the Bees, how great we were, how dominant we were. Our best first half of this season so far, of the new season. That is our best first half we played. Dominant, great football, yeah. You can say West Ham gave us the time, the space, the room to play, you know, and let us do things. Didn't get about us. Yeah, they were abject. They were useless, really. But who cares? I thought we were amazing. We were awesome. And let's big us up rather than what the opposition are doing. I don't give a shit about the opposition. As much as what West Ham are, well, probably you could say sleeping giant, whatever. They won Europe recently, only 2 or 3 seasons ago under Moyes. And now they're struggling. But, you know, at the end of the day, I care about what we're doing and what we're achieving, what my team is doing. And we are being, that was brilliant, that display. After that poor game against City, that first half, didn't turn up. And, you know, that was bad. But this is what I want to see. And with Keith Andrews as well, you know. I like what this guy says. You know, everything he comes out with, you know. And we know he wears a wig. But at the end of the day, we know not every bloke that wears a wig comes out with a load of shit. And he's a shit manager. Hey, Mikel. Yeah, I know. It's Mikel Arteta, yeah. He does wear a fucking wig, that fraud. Come on, that is a fucking wig. That is a syrup that guy wears. And he's a fraud of a manager. Yeah, you can say what you want about this guy, Keith Andrews. Yes, he's a set-piece coach. We all know, really. And it's a work in progress, no doubt here. As he said, he's admitted himself, not everything will go right. There will be dips. There will be bumps in the road. It won't all be amazing and smooth sailing, straightforward. We all know that with the Bees anyway. We always do things the hard way at times. Even under Thomas, we could give away goals at the end in injury time. We didn't do that this time, though, which was great. You know, we didn't really look like doing that. I mean, West Ham were shit. There's no two ways about it. They were absolute shit, dog shit, you know. And but in a way, you could say we made them look like that as well with our play. But we got about them, a set about them, and I thought we were brilliant. You know, this is what we need more of. We have to keep doing this. We have to be consistent because we're not. We're still inconsistent. And as Andrew says, it's a work in progress. It's mainly still a young side. A lot of these are young players. We have got a few experience like Henderson, of course. He was great again. I thought he was superb again, Jordan Henderson. I really do. There was a lot that really stood out for us yesterday, and they don't always do that. I mean, I thought Shardy was great when he puts himself to it and puts his mind to it and gets himself going and produces things like that. I mean, he's a quality player. He's a brilliant player. I know he hit the bar as well, of course. So, and this Thiago, you know, I think he was brought in as a replacement for Tony. Don't forget. Well, was it 3-4 seasons ago? Was a replacement for Tony. And yeah, I mean, he's had trouble. He's had problems injury-wise. It's a long way to come back after a terrible injury. Put you out nearly the whole season last season. Come back and played, 2.5 games, if that. From that, you know, terrible, absolutely horrific injury he had. And big up to you, Harry. Hope you're well, buddy. Thanks for coming in, bro. Big up, Steve. Hope you're well, bro. Amazing win for the Bees last night. Exactly, it was, mate. It was. Fantastic win, bro. Absolutely amazing. I loved it, you know. That's what I want to see, you know. Yeah, it is a poor West Ham team. Don't get me wrong. You know, the teams we beat, you know, them United, all poor. I mean, even when we beat Villa, they weren't exactly brilliant. And probably Bournemouth in the Carabao Cup, you know. I mean, we seem to always have the wood on them. And look at how they're going, you know, what, top 4 or 5 in the Premier. Amazing for them. But, you know, we keep beating them. So, you know, there is something to this. Yeah, so be up to you, Harry. Thanks for coming in, bro. And this other guy here, True Copite Reds. Be up to you, bro. Be up to you, because obviously we've got you next, Liverpool. Obviously, there'll be a preview for that. Hopefully, I don't know, maybe tomorrow, Thursday, Friday, one of those days. Obviously, it's going to be Saturday, the match. So it'll be before then. But yeah, thanks for coming in, bro. Brilliant. And be up to you, Luca, bro. Hope you're well, brother. Yeah, hi, mate. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm cool. Very happy after last night. You know, up to 10 points now. And I think we are 13th, 14th, something like that now. Good win. I'm surprised you won. Well, to be honest, I was to start with. I thought this could be harder than this. I thought it would be maybe a bit tougher with Nuno as manager. But they were poor, mate. They were absolutely useless. They were fucking there for the taking, let's be honest. And we should have had more. We could have had at least 4, 5, 6 goals even in that first half alone. We had 22 shots at goal in the end, the most I think we've had for ages, especially since coming up. That's the most we've had in the game. And most possession we've had for ages, you know. You could see how one-sided it was, how dominant we were. And we should have smashed them for more. We should have done, really. It's just the finishing. It's, oh, right, is that Jordan then, True Copper? I'll be up to you, Manny. Hope you're well, bro. Thanks for coming in, brother. Be up, Steve. You top win last night. You hammered the hammers. Exactly. We should have had loads more, man. We should have. We should have had loads. That goal disallowed, the Thiago one in the first half as well. Could have been 2 or 3-0 up, let's be honest, or more. You know, really could have been. It was that one-sided. We were, you know, and that was little inches offside, if that, with that Thiago one, second one. And that guy was amazing, mate. Man, you know, I think he was fucking superb. Thiago, rightfully man of the match. He got man of the match. He deserved it. He was brilliant. Big guy as well, out muscled. He's got time. Yeah, okay. He's got to come back. We've got to give him a little bit more time because he has been out with a serious injury for so long. But he really out muscled that defence, West Ham defence. He gave him a really hard time last night. Yeah, so you're Jordan, man. Oh, right. I didn't realise you were Jordan. Okay, bro. We're gonna do a preview, yeah? We can do it Thursday. We play in Champions League tomorrow. Yeah, probably, bro. I mean, I was gonna do one with maybe Doug as well, but I don't know. I haven't heard from him, so probably do one with you, man. Hi, Jordan. How are you? I'm good, Luca. Yeah, Manny again. Nuno tactically got it wrong. Played his fullbacks in the wrong positions. Who cares, Manny? I don't give a fuck. I'm happy. We beat them. We were all over them. We literally were a swarm of bees all over them, you know. And, you know, rightfully got the win. And it should have been bigger than this, you know. Nobody would have argued we'd won 6-7-0 or something, you know, at the end of the day. And West Ham are relegation favourites looking at this. Let's be honest. If they can't sort this out, they are doomed. They are absolutely doomed. And, it just goes to prove what I've said before. We are not as bad as some of those below us. We are not a relegation fighting team, I don't think, really. At the end of the day, a lot of people have said we were, even before a ball was kicked. Certain players, fans, even ex-players, whatever, so-called pros, ex-pros have said we're relegation fodder. And let's hope we can prove them wrong, because it is still early days, though. And I'm glad Andrew said that, that bad shit will still happen. He didn't say it like that, but exactly, that, we'll still get some bumps in the road. It still won't be smooth sailing. We're still gonna get some shit results and bad performances, because we got Liverpool next, so that'll probably happen against them. But thankfully, we're at home. Maybe we can almost say it's a free hit for us in a way. And as bad as Liverpool are at the moment, bad defence. They lost to Man United. I mean, come on, fourth defeat. But I'm under no illusions that it's going to be that easy for us, because it ain't. We'll probably struggle against them, no doubt. After this great impressive win, the fact of the matter is, if we can't finish, we have as much as this. We won't against Liverpool, but if we do have good chances against, and they got poor defence, by the way, really. But if we have this sort of chances, if we did, and we don't finish it against Liverpool, we are done. We are absolutely done. We always knew we could still, despite missing these chances yesterday, we could still come back and still go on and win this game fairly comfortably. But against Liverpool, it won't be like that, because they've got so many more great attackers. They're not West Ham. They're fucking better than that. And if they get it together with their strikers and everything, attacking players, we will be walloped, even at home. So we know what we've got to do. These players, these Thiago and whatever, I hope he should carry on. He will be in the lineup, I think, with Shardy probably. And with Taro, I thought all three were impressive up front. All three of those were impressive again last night. Were amazing. Be up to you, Warren. Hope you're well, buddy. Hope you're all good. I will be getting into this very soon now, the article and the match report and everything, and obviously the player ratings and everything, guys. So, won't be long now. Hold on 1 minute, guys. I just got to quickly do something. I'll be right back very soon. Cheers. Right, yeah. Apologies there, guys. I'm back there anyway. I'm going to crack on with this, going to the match report. Yeah, Warren, exactly what I've been saying, buddy. In my opinion, the Bees need to be clinical in attack. They could have had 7 last night easily. Yeah, I totally agree, bro. I totally agree there, buddy. You know, we could have done. And yeah, it's not clinical enough. It needs to be sorted out. That finishing. We could have had loads. It's not, and I've already said they can't afford to be that wasteful against Liverpool. I don't know where you were, Warren. I've already said that, bro. Yeah, you're repeating me, ain't you? You parrot, Warren. You parrot, bro. Yeah, man. Absolute parrot, Warren. But yeah, exactly. Anyway, let's get into this match report. West Ham 0, Brentford 2. Dominant Bees display secures first away league win of the season. Brentford secure first away league win of the season after dominant display against West Ham United at London Stadium. Igor Thiago and Matthias Jensen. Yeah, let's not forget Matthias Jensen. Great again, came on, scored again. His second goal of the season. Brilliant. Yeah, Matthias Jensen netting the victory. Keith Andrews, we were good with the ball. How we pressed, set pieces, and it was a very, very competent performance. Exactly, it was. Igor Thiago's 5th goal of the campaign and a late Matthias Jensen strike capped off a dominant display by the Bees, which saw them have 22 shots on the Hammers' goal. Dango Ouattara was named in Brentford's starting 11 for the Premier League clash, with a Burkina Faso international replacing Aaron Hickey in the one change from the home defeat to Manchester City prior to international break. Despite a flurry of West Ham set pieces in the opening 15 minutes, it was a slow start to the game in East London. However, the visitors were left wondering how they weren't ahead on the half-hour mark. The Bees had an incredible 8 shots in 5 minutes, with 3 of them on target, but they just couldn't find a way through Alphonse Areola and into the West Ham net. The first came courtesy of a Michael Chiodi cross after a short throw for once, but the right back, which Ouattara superbly flicked onto Thiago. But the centre forward couldn't scramble it in from close range and fired over the bar. The next also fell to Thiago. He could have comfortably had a hat-trick or more. He could have had 4 or 5, let's be honest, Thiago. When a short corner to Jordan Henderson was played back to Mikael Damsgaard and he whipped across into Nathan Collins at the back post. It was nodded back across goal to the Brazilian striker, but his effort was saved by the flailing arm of Areola. Another set piece which West Ham struggled to deal with throughout the first half was played in with a corner finding Ouattara, and his looping header was flicked wide off the line by Jared Bowen. One more corner in that chaotic period fell straight to Ouattara again. But a former Bournemouth man's second header in quick succession went wide of the goal from the edge of the 6-yard box. The domination, territory and consistent chance creation continued before half-time and eventually led to the opener. A ball over the top from Yehor Yarmouk was controlled by Kevin Schade in behind, and after getting the bouncing ball under control, he squared it across to his teammate Thiago, who finally found the back of the net despite Areola's best efforts after it trickled across the line. Thiago thought he had another in stoppage time before, but after a delicate chip into the back of the net, which came courtesy of a lovely Damsgaard pass, it was brilliant from Damsgaard, quality as usual. The striker had been in an offside position from the initial ball forward. The West Londoners ended the half with 15 shots, the joint most of any team in the first half of a Premier League game so far this season. And we just look at some of the action here. There's, of course, Jordan Henderson, who I thought was really impressive yet again. Superb. Yeah. Me and you would have that team stinging, mate. Yeah, definitely. I've only just joined the stream. Sorry, Steve. Oh, yeah, sorry, yeah. No worries, bro. Of course, sorry. Apologies. My bad. You haven't long joined, have you? So, and big up to you, Kev. Kev Flavin. Hope you're well, brother. Another 3 points for you, lads. Winning matches brings confidence, and I'm sure give great momentum to the team going forward. Onwards and upwards for Brentford, exactly. Totally, Kev. Totally, bro. Totally, brother. Yeah, as I say, Warren, apologies, brother, for that. You have not long joined, so yeah. But I was saying all that. You just sort of echoed that anyway, what I was already saying. But yeah, I thought this guy was great again, Jordan Henderson. He's really proved me wrong. Whether he should be playing for England is another matter. But for us, I think he's been amazing so far. Can he keep it going, though? He's 35 years of age. Can he do this throughout the whole season? I'm not so sure. I'm not so sure, but it's great so far. He's been amazing. And certainly not, been one of our best players. And there are others, but he's been amazing. And of course, Areola there, and I think Souček and I think Dan Ratara. Yarmulke, I actually thought was good again. I thought he was decent, Yarmulke, in this game. Sometimes I'm still not sure about him, but I thought he was really good in this one. Very good. He's probably getting better every time, you would say. And then, of course, Keith Andrews, the gaffer. Keith there. Yeah, as I say, got that wig on. Superb wig. But he's not a fraud who wears a wig, unlike a certain other manager, Warren? Clown of a manager that wears a fucking wig. You don't have to apologise, mate. I thought it was funny. Yeah. Yeah, great, man. I just thought I'd better, because, you obviously didn't hear me saying all that. But anyway, no worries. Yeah, brilliant. And of course, Sharda, who really should have scored. He had one against the crossbar header, free header, really. Fantastic ball in. I think by the impressive Coyote as well. I thought he was amazing. Coyote as well, superb. Getting forward. He's getting better. I think he's growing into this team. He's still a young man, of course, Coyote, early 20s. So, you have to give him cut him a bit of slack still as well at times. But he's looking amazing. As is this guy, Sharda, if he can keep this going. But he's just so inconsistent, Sharda. And if he can give this performance week in, week out, though, he'd be amazing, and add the goals to it. And then speaking of goals, Thiago there with the first goal. Brilliant. Yeah, only just about got over the line, trickled over it in the end, but he was there in the right place as he was throughout the game, really. He was brilliant. There it is again. Obviously just about got in, but who cares? It was a goal he richly deserved. And there it was. And unfortunately, the offside. No goal. Could have been his second. Should have been his second. Very tight offside. Only inches in it. I couldn't believe it. I thought it shouldn't. I thought it should have been allowed. But there we go. And of course, Jensen there done very well when he come on as well. Brilliant, and scored the second goal. Brilliant goal. Great finish. Walloped it into the net. Anyway, despite a triple sub by West Ham at half-time, Brentford continued their dominance in the second half, and Sharda had a golden opportunity to make it 2-0. Coyote made the chance from open play this time as he clipped a ball into the penalty area, and despite a fantastically timed jump from the German, his header thumped against the crossbar and away from danger. Sepp Vandenberg had another headed chance inside the penalty area, which skinned off his head and widened the goal. Terrible header, really, to be honest. Another opportunity, the Bees were wondering how they hadn't scored. Some defensive switches as the game came to a close shored things up for Andrews' side, which was helped by the hosts going down to 10 men after an injury to Konstantinos Mavropanos, as I'm sure Warren will remember, playing for Arsenal. He's a lump of shit, really. And, and he was in this game, let's be honest. Before Jensen netted the second in the final embers of the game, Keane Lewis Potter squared the ball to his fellow substitute, with the midfielder firing home to secure Brentford's first away win of the season. Those were the teams: West Ham, Areola, Walker-Peters, Wan-Bissaka came on for him at half-time. Todibo, Kilman, Scholes, Juve came on for him at half-time. Irving, Marshall came on for him in the 61st. Souček, Rodriguez came on for him in the 71st. Bowen, Mateus Fernandez, Mavropanos came on for him at half-time. And Somerville and Paqueta, I thought Somerville was their best player. Maybe him along with maybe Bowen were the best players they had. Definitely Somerville was the outstanding player, I thought, the danger man. Very quick, very direct, pacey, and just lacked to finish or final ball at times, unfortunately, for them. Subs not used: Hermanson, Wilson, Magassa and Potts. For Brentford, Kelleher, Coyote, Vandenberg, Collins, Ayer, Henderson. Jensen, of course, came on for him in the 90th. Yarmuluk, Damsgaard, Yannick came on for him in the 75th. Watara, Lewis Potter came on for him in the 75th as well. Thiago and Sharda. Subs not used: Valdemarson, Henry, Pinnock, Onyeka, Carvalho and Nelson. Andrews, it was a very, very competent performance. Henderson is not a long-term solution, despite what some of these clowns, self-appointed experts would have you believe. Idiots, if you ask me. But for the time being, Warren, we're having it, mate. He's all right for the time being. We'll have it. And, mate, as you say, not long-term, I hope not. But for what he's doing so far this season, I think he's been brilliant. And I will always give credit to somebody who's doing well, and he is doing well. You know, we might see further down the line he might not be doing it anymore, might not be good enough, and be tired or whatever. But then we got other players to come in if it does happen like that. So hopefully we will get extra players. We got Jensen there, of course, so don't forget he's coming on as sub at the moment. He could play there. No, sorry, mate. I'm talking about England. Oh, yeah, sorry. Yeah. My bad. But, yeah, he shouldn't be for England, let's be honest. He shouldn't be playing. But, you know, that's for another stream, another matter, another debate. Keith Andrews has given his thoughts on Brentford's comprehensive win over West Ham. I'm very pleased, stated the head coach. In the first few minutes, we didn't get as much control as we would have liked. But once we got our front three involved in the game and started to dictate proceedings, I thought we were very good overall. We were good with the ball, how we pressed, set pieces. Unfortunately, we didn't score from one, and it was a very, very competent performance. So let's go. Brilliant. Let's go into the man of the moment, who was superb yet again, and that's Igor Thiago. He's given an interview here. But before I do that, I have to go briefly, guys. I need a comfort break, so I'll be back very soon. Cheers. Yeah. So anyway, guys, sorry about that. Apologies. I had to have drain the lizard, the snake, whatever you like to call it. Drain the main vein. Anyway, let's get. I'm sure nobody really wanted to hear that, but anyway, let's get back to this. And why? Oh, hold on. I thought it wasn't moving there for a minute. It's not. Trying to get down to bollocks. What's going on with this? Let's get why it's not moving. Scrolling down. I don't know. Really want to go through this interview with him. I don't know what's going on here, guys, to be honest. Where the hell is that? I don't know what's going on here, guys. I'm trying to find this interview. Oh, there we go. Keep the faith. Hopefully this will work now. I don't know why it wasn't scrolling down. Oh, there we go. That's better. Yeah. Thiago. I don't know what's going on. What the fuck is going on here? Thank you. Right. He's scrolling now. Keep the faith. Thiago discusses his strong start to this season, the benefits of an injury-hampered first year in England, how the passing of his father at age just 13 impacted him and his family, and why he's got the self-belief and motivation to deliver for Brentford. Thiago laughs when asked about the pressure of being Brentford's number 9. This interview was conducted in Portuguese, but no translation was needed for his response. In fact, he doesn't even allow the question to finish before shrugging off any doubt. I didn't feel any pressure, he refutes. I felt good because it showed that the club believed in me and believed I was able to score goals and keep the number. But we've heard that from others before. The likes of Mr. Visser, for a start, say all this, and then they'd be like little arseholes to the club and disrespectful. I hope this guy isn't the same. He doesn't seem like that. He doesn't seem that way. He seems an honest bloke, genuine guy. Very happy. He was so pleased. I was glad with his interview. It was superb yesterday. Him and Damsgaard gave a very good interview afterwards. Full of smiles, laughing. I love that. I love to see that. He looks very happy and very content with the bees. So that's good. Following, I felt good because it showed that, I just said that. Following the first season at Brentford, severely hampered by injury, the Brazilian has delivered on that promise at the beginning of this campaign. 5 goals in 7 games. Incredible. After opening his Premier League and club account from the penalty spot, well, it's 6 actually now. 6 goals. After opening his Premier League and club account from the penalty spot at Nottingham Forest, he then displayed superb centre-forward play to flick on for Dango Rotara to score the winner against Aston Villa at GTEC Community Stadium in Keith Andrews' first home game in charge. He began the following midweek's Carabao Cup tie against Bournemouth on the bench, but within 5 minutes of coming on, had secured the Bees' place in round 3 with a composed side-footed finish. At Sunderland, he manoeuvred himself into space on the edge of the 6-yard box to head Frank Onyeka's cross onto the floor and into the back of the net via the crossbar. In the 3-1 home win against Man United, the forward beat the offside trap and blasted a half volley into the top corner before prodding home to complete an early brace and double the Bees' advantage. I always had that confidence to be able to play and to score goals. I've always had that confidence to do it, Igor continues. I also know that my teammates and the other players want that, which makes me even more confident. The biggest thing is to have faith and to believe in God. To play and believe with my faith makes me have the faith and confidence that I will always score. As mentioned, though, this fast start has come a year later than both Igor and the Brentford fans would have hoped. Having signed from Belgian side Club Bruges for a then club record fee in February 2024, he officially joined the club on the 1st of July, and he could not have made a better first impression. 19 days after completing the move, he netted twice in a scintillating first-half display as the Bees defeated AFC Wimbledon 5-2 in the pre-season friendly. Unbeknown to most, though, the Brazilian had picked up a meniscus injury that would see him miss the following 3 months of action. I mostly felt sad. I was thinking, how is this going to affect me in the future and with my career? I felt something in my knee, but I wanted to play on because it was the first time that anyone had seen me play, he explained. I wanted to play and played well, but then I felt it was something more complicated. I mostly felt sad. I was thinking, how is this going to affect me in the future and with my career? His league debut came in November in the West Londoners' final visit to Goodison Park. The first of 4 appearances until a joint infection saw him absent for all bar the final 4 fixtures of the campaign. But despite spending the vast majority of 24-25 on the sidelines, he's already played more minutes this term, 527, than last, 169, as Brentford scored a club record tally of 66 top-flight goals last year. Goals last year was still valuable for Igor. I liked seeing and knowing that my teammates were taking opportunities and creating all the opportunities to score goals, says the 24-year-old. Obviously, on the inside, I would have liked to have been there creating and scoring the goals myself. But I was very happy to be with a team that creates so many opportunities. It was a big learning season for me, learning my body and how everything reacts. It was a hard season in terms of not being able to play, but a good season for learning how my body works. I thought moving to England would be harder than it was, to be honest, but everything went well. The players in the team are different and has a different mentality, but everything went better than expected, and it was easy to adapt. One thing that helped him throughout last year was his almost instant connection with the Brentford faithful. When he made his long-awaited competitive debut, the away end met his introduction to the pitch with a bespoke chant to the tune of "Gold" by Spandau Ballet. It was a very different feeling for me. I've never had that feeling of the fans singing for me before, he admits. It was a very warm reception and recognition for me. It feels like the fans here understand football differently. They know if they support a player and the player feels good, it will impact the performance of the player. They really support the person, not only the player. They are also more patient. It's very important for me to enjoy football, and it's also very important to have that connection with the fans to celebrate together. I want them to keep singing my name. I want to score more goals for them. When I was 13 years old, my father passed away. It made me grow up faster than expected. An infectious character, to quote head coach Keith Andrews, Igor clearly enjoys almost every moment on a football pitch. But surprisingly, given the country he comes from, he admits that his love of the game came later than most. I was 8 or 9 when I started playing, he explains. It was not straight away, but I gradually started to gain the love of football. It mostly was my brother taking me at the weekend to game. I then saw Cristiano Ronaldo playing for Man United, and that was the biggest thing. I saw Ronaldo play, and I said I want to be like him. I feel very grateful that my brother showed me football and opened the doors to football for me. I'm very happy that I can now have my family at the games, and they can see me play in the Premier League. A few years after beginning his journey in the game, everything changed for a then teenage Igor when his father passed away. Alongside continuing to train and play with Grêmio Occidental and later via FC, he worked as a bricklayer and on a fruit stall amongst other jobs to help support his mother and family. When I was 13 years old, my father passed away, he says. It helped me grow up. It made me grow up faster than expected and made me let go of some things so I could focus on my family and what was right for my family. My early life definitely affected the way I played. I was also very focused on the things I wanted to do. For example, I always used to run 10 or 15 kilometres today. That's easy for me to do because I've always done it. My mum is a very strong woman, and I'm very proud of her because she was always able to provide us not only with the basic necessities, but also good things for us, even though we were struggling a little bit. She's the strongest woman in the world. He adds, I feel very proud to have been able to help my family and to help the new generation by providing them with things that other generations wouldn't have because they basically didn't have anything. I'm very proud to be able to provide a better life and opportunities for my family and for the next generations of my family. It feels really good to be able to give my family experiences that I didn't think would be possible. Given how much his life changed as a teenager and the sacrifices he had to make to support his family, many would assume that Igor at that time would not have believed that he'd be a Premier League player 10 years later. He's typically assured when that question is put to him. Yes, I always had that goal, he states. Again, not even needing to hear the full question. Every time I woke up, went to training or went to play, I always knew and had it in my mind that I wanted to reach the Premier League and reach it in a short period of time. So that was always my goal. A lot of people didn't think I would be able to do it. So I wanted to do it to prove them wrong and always believed in myself. And I always believed in it because I wanted to change the future of my family and help them. That drive came because of that, but mostly it comes from myself. The journey from Brasilia Federal District to Brentford wasn't direct though. His professional debut came as an 18-year-old in January 2020 for Cruzeiro in the Campeonato Mineiro match against Boa Esporte. 2 years and 2 months later, he left his native Brazil for Ludogorets in Bulgaria. 2 countries with 2 completely contrasting cultures. It was a big change, Igor reflects. When I moved to Bulgaria, the people were a bit colder and not as warm as we are in Brazil. So it was a big cultural difference. And also the weather, it's very cold there. In Bulgaria, the football was more technical and faster than it was in Brazil. It was a learning opportunity for me, the chance to learn a different culture, a different language. It was hard, but it was also very important for me. Despite having to adapt in a country just short of 10,000 kilometres away from his place of birth, Igor's time in Eastern Europe was hugely successful. Across 55 games, he registered 21 goals and 7 assists, helping his side win 2 Bulgarian First League titles and the Bulgarian Super Cup in 2022. 15 months later, Igor was on the move again, this time joining Belgian Pro League side Club Bruges. Again, he was prolific. In coincidentally 55 appearances, he netted 29 goals and provided a further 6 assists across all competitions. helping the side win the domestic league and reach the semi-final of the UEFA Conference League. He was the top scoring Brazilian in Europe's top 8 leagues in 23-24, netting 3 more than Real Madrid starlet Vinicius Jr., and was also named the UEFA Conference League Young Player of the Season. Perhaps most importantly, that form earned him the Premier League move that he had been working towards for over a decade. I had a short period of time at the other clubs because I always had other goals that I wouldn't have been able to achieve at those clubs, he explains. Now I feel like my goals and the goals of Brentford are very aligned, and I want to keep those aligned. When I reached Brentford, that was the biggest moment when I thought, well, I'm good at football. I know I played for 2 other teams and won trophies, but this was the biggest one. The first impression I had of the club was that it's very friendly and family orientated. And that's important to me. I feel more comfortable and safer to try and get to my highest level. Football undoubtedly has completely transformed the lives of Igor and his family. Alongside his own self-belief and personal goals to thrive in the Premier League, family continues to be a huge motivator. Both those back home in Brazil and his wife and 2 children here in London. Football impacted my family a lot and everything around me, he says. I got stronger because I have 2 kids and they see me as an inspiration and an example. And that makes me want to be even better. My children are 2 and 4 and I can already see their passion to watch me as their father play and also want to play with me. It's another motivation to keep playing. It's made me want to be a better son, a better father and a better husband. I won trophies at the 2 other clubs in Europe, and I also want to win with Brentford and be an example of winning. So with Igor now a year on from achieving his childhood aspiration, what more does he want to accomplish? Firstly, his success in Bulgaria and Belgium has only made him hungry for more. There's no explanation for how it made me feel. I was very happy, Igor interjects. Winning the Belgian league was the biggest. It made me want to win more so I can have that feeling again. As it is for most players, international football is also a huge aim for Igor, as he seeks to emulate another of his idols growing up, Neymar, alongside the countless other legends Brazil have produced. It's my biggest goal, he affirms. It would mean a lot to me, especially knowing that the previous players who have played for Brazil were such big players, not just in Brazil, but around the world. When I reach there, which I will, it'll mean I've made it. My goals and the goals of Brentford are very aligned. Only Manchester City talisman Erling Haaland, 8, netted more times in the league than Igor 4 in the first 2 months of the season. Amongst his fellow forwards and away from goal scoring in that period, his 21 aerial duels, one was only narrowly beaten by Everton's Beto, 22. The numbers so far this term have been impressive, but we are just 6 Premier League games into a long season. And as assured and confident as Igor is, he equally maintains another core Brentford value of staying humble. I'm feeling very good, very strong, very different to how I felt last year. I've never felt better, he summarises. I see the other players around me remaining humble and grounded, which also makes me stay like that. And I also feel like I need to get better at certain things, so I always remain humble. My goals are very specific and personal to me, but the main thing is that I want to be in the best possible form, the best possible shape to do what Brentford hired me to do, and that's score goals. With 5 goals already to his name across all competitions, 6 now, Igor has a number which he keeps secret in his mind about how many more he wants to net this term. Asked if he'll share that target at the end of the season, he smiles, I will. So very good, brilliant. What a good player we got. And, I rate this guy, everything he says there. As he says, he's staying humble, which is great. You've got to stay grounded. In football, especially in the Premiership, Kev saying there, could this be Arsenal's year to finally win the Premiership after 22 years? Well, I'm still not sure about that, Kev, to be honest. I think Arteta can fuck it up, as he usually does. So I'm not totally sure. I still think maybe Liverpool myself will win it. I also think you lot are going to stay up, Sunderland. I think you're a very good team. I still think we could have beaten you and should have beaten you. We may not have played that as great, but we had the chances to beat you. We had that penalty, which if somebody else had taken it instead of Sharda, then I think it would have been different, mate, to be honest. But no, I think you lot are going to stay up. I really do. I think they're a very good team, Sunderland. I really do rate you lot. But getting back to this and the player ratings now, a very impressive performance on the Bees. And let's get into this. Well, Kelleher, clean sheet. Wouldn't say he's really troubled too much, but, you know, he was great in this game. I thought it was probably his best he's been since he's been here. Really his best overall performance, you would say. Okay, he didn't have as much to do, but what he did do, he done it well. I'm going to give him an 8. If anyone else wants to give player ratings, you're welcome to, if you saw the game. Only the Bees ones I'm doing, of course. So if anyone wants to give player ratings, be my guest. But yeah, Kelleher, an 8 for me. Done really well, clean sheet. What more can you ask? Coyote, well, very, very impressed with this guy, Coyote. I thought he was great. Brilliant. Long throws as well. Always marauds forward. Very good coming forward. Good cross with the ball. Done a great cross for Shardy, who should have scored. Hit the bar. Yeah, Warren, 10 for Kelleher. Well, you might be a bit biased there, Warren, I don't know. Because I know you really like Kelleher. And he is quality, yeah, no doubt, he is quality. But I just feel he's not quite there yet still. But 8 for me was still a good mark. I just want to see him do, and he did, okay, he made a great save, actually. I've got to admit, there was one great save he made, I think, from Bowen. I think it was Bowen. Yeah, that could have gone in. I'll tell you what, I'll stretch to 9. I'll give him a 9. One more, a 9 for that save, basically, as well. So a 9. Not quite 10, but a 9. Yeah, Coyote, well, I thought was superb. Really great in this game. I thought he was brilliant. I'm going to give him, yeah, I'll give him an 8. Yeah. No, I'm not. I'm going to give him a 9 as well, you know. I'm going to give him a 9. I've decided a 9 now. Collins, probably one of his better games. I think lately he'd been a little bit shaky. But here I thought he was great. But then again, he didn't have loads to do with West Ham's attack. I don't think was brilliant. He didn't have that much to do, but I still thought he was great. I'll give him an 8. Vandenberg, I actually think was pretty decent this time. Again, not a lot to do. But I really weren't sure about this bloke, and I probably still ain't, that he is good enough. But for this game, I thought he was very good. I'll give him an 8 for this one. Yeah, and Aya, I don't think was that great. I don't think he's been really great for a while. I think he's one of the worst ones in that game last night. I really didn't rate him much, what he done. Lost it sometimes, didn't look good on the ball. Didn't look fantastic going forward. I'm only going to give him about I'll give him a 6, though. Yeah, a 6. He weren't great at all, I don't think. But, yeah, a 6. A 6 for Raya. Let's get into the midfield. And, well, you know what? I thought Yarmouk was really good in this one. I thought he was very good. And I'm going to give him an 8, Yarmouk. And I hope he continues this, because I know he's got some ability about him. I know he's got something about him, you know. And he's very good. I think he's more sort of defensive. You'd say defensive midfield, but can go forward well still, carry it forward well. Like to see more from him in the final third. Maybe have a shot or two. Get into the box more. Try and get on the end of something or whatever. But I think he's a good player. He's getting better. Still has slight doubts, but at the moment, if it gets better and carries on like this, it can only be good, only be great for him and the Bees. So an 8 for me. Ratara, I thought had a great game, very dangerous, quick. Always give West Ham a few problems there. Again, an 8. I'll give him an 8. Damsgaard I thought was great most of the time. Faded a little bit in the second half. Slightly at times. Didn't do as much. But I thought a great pass in that first half. Thiago did score and it was ruled out. But an amazing pass from Damsgaard. I'll give him a 9 though. I thought he was superb. Damsgaard. Yes, a 9. And Shardy. Shardy, one of his better games. He's been hit and miss this season so far. But he was great in this game. He hit the bar, should have scored really. Laid on the chance for Thiago for the first goal. I thought he was pretty dangerous throughout the game. Looked very good. And that raw pace he's got, blistering pace at times. I'll give him an 8 this time. The main man, Thiago. Superb. Outmuscled that defence, was so tough, hard. He's a big lad. He really is. Damsgaard was outstanding. He needs to calm down. I want him in that sort of form next month at Hampden Park. I don't want him. Yeah, sorry, of course you don't want him, no. That sort of form at Hampden Park. No, of course you don't, Warren, no. He's amazing. We've got to keep hold of him if we can. He's a superb player. It's very difficult, though. We always sell our best players, unfortunately. But he needs to stay. We've got to keep hold of him. He's incredible. What a player. Actually, I'm going to add on a 9. I'm going to add a mark on. I'm going to give him a 9. I thought he was superb. Yes, a 9 for Damsgaard. Shardy, as I say, an 8. Just something didn't quite. His finishing, of course, if he'd finished, I think I would have given him a 9 if he'd scored that goal. But not quite there. But yeah, Thiago, well, superb. Outmuscled that defence. He's a big lad, as I say, 24. He knows where the goal is, by the looks of it. And, he missed a few as well. But he was there or thereabouts always in the game. And I thought he was outstanding. Not quite a 10. I'll almost give him a 10, but I'm going to give him a 9. And player of the match, man of the match. For me. Which he got anyway. Yeah, I think there's more to come from this man, I really do. There is more to come. And hopefully we will soon see a lot more and some more goals as well. The subs, Carvalho, of course, not used. Pinnock, not used. Yannick came on for Damsgaard, 79th. 75th. Didn't do a lot. I'll give him a 6. No, a 5, sorry, a 5. But yeah, now Valdemarson not used, Onyeka not used, Henry not used, Jensen came on, scored for Henderson, 90th minute. Already proved dangerous when he come on, and for that reason, getting the goal as well, I'll give him an 8. Yeah, I'm going to give him an 8, even though he came on as a sub near the end. But he scored a great goal and already improved our team when he come on. And the same Lewis Potter, I think, came on for Atara, 76, and made the goal, that goal. Second goal. So I'm giving him an 8 as well. He's done really well. Yeah, Nelson not used as well. Again, not used. But anyway, I think that's a fantastic result for us. And now we move on. And of course, we got Liverpool next. Tough one. Yeah, at home. You know, Liverpool want to storm back after, a fourth defeat. They really want to come back. So this won't be easy. What do you think about Kevin O'Connor, Mr. B? Yeah, I mean, he's a very good player as well. Was with us a long time. And I think he's still part of the coaching staff, I believe. So I think he is, isn't he? Yeah. So yeah, I think he's brilliant, Kevin O'Connor. Yeah, it was a very good, long-serving player for us as well. But yeah, getting back to this, I think Liverpool will be tough. They want to come back after 4 defeats. It won't be easy. It's not going to be easy for us. It really won't. I'll be obviously doing a preview, which will be probably Thursday by the looks of it. And it might be probably with Jordan, or I might do one with Doug if we'll see. I'm not sure. Had nothing back from him yet, so I don't know what'll happen there. But I'll obviously do one with Jordan, maybe on this one or on his channel. Probably on this channel, I should think. On my one. Yeah, that will not be an easy game. But if we can take this confidence into that, I still don't think they've got the greatest of defences. I think they're struggling a bit this season at times, and they've still got great going forward. We know that. Great attack. So many dangerous players, but if you can get to that defence, and don't think the goalkeeper's the best either. Mamadashvili, he's no Alisson. If you can get to them at the back and don't concede, if you defend well enough, I think possible shock here, surprise. But I'm not taking it as read. I'm not going to say I don't underestimate Liverpool whatsoever. I'd love it if we can beat them. That'd be amazing for us to beat Liverpool. I think it would only be the second time we'd have beaten them in the Premier if we do. We beat them before 3-1, 3-4 seasons back. Yeah, we did beat them, I think, 3-1. So, it would only be our second time beating them. I'd love it, though. I'd love that. And I think if we got Liverpool maybe at the right time, you never know. They are struggling. But then again, I just know how dangerous they can be. And even some of their shitter players have scored against us. Take Darwin Núñez for a start. Well, he's gone now, thankfully. But he scored the last time. In injury time, when we nearly had a point, 0-0. That tosser came on and scored 2 goals. Didn't score much against anyone else, but scored 2 against us. So, but anyway, I think we've got a good chance this time, maybe. But, I'm not going to go ahead of myself here. I'm still, I'm going to enjoy this win. It's almost a free hit, you could say, for us against Liverpool, I guess. But obviously the preview will be Thursday by the looks of it. So please join me for that. It would be great. And then, of course, we got Grimsby as well in the Carabao Cup. Away, of course, at Grimsby. So could be a banana skin, really. That's Tuesday the 28th. Yes, at Blundell Park. It could be a banana skin, but I hope not. Of course, they've knocked Man United out. They knocked Man United out, but that's Man United. I would like to think we're not as shit as them. Well, yes, they're winning again now. They beat Liverpool. They got back-to-back wins, of course. But they're still not great, are they, United? Let's be honest. But, yeah, I think Liverpool are not in the best state at the moment, so it'd be great anyway. But, getting back to Grimsby, though. Grimsby, well, that's the hopefully one. It won't be a banana skin. I hope not. I'll do a preview for that, of course. And I hope we can get through that. I'd like to see a good run again in the Carabao Cup. I really would. I think we should do well in it. So hopefully a win there against Grimsby. I'm hoping. But Palace then in the Premier in November. Not easy. Away at Palace. That is going to be a toughie. A real toughie. And then, of course, Newcastle. And we got them at home. And what's the betting that Mr. Visser will come back and be playing in that game? And probably score against us. What's the betting there, guys? I wouldn't be fucking surprised that fucking Visser will come back, be fit to play, and score against us. I'll tell you what, we won't give him a very good reception. We'll boo him. He's an arsehole. Can't stand the guy. And he won't get a warm reception whatsoever. Anyway, guys, I'm going to bounce. Amazing win for the Bees. Yeah, against the poor West Ham team, let's be honest. But so what? We were incredible. Awesome. Let's keep this going. Needed this win going into the game against Liverpool. And, I was one who didn't think I was still not confident about this. I thought maybe a 2-2 or 1-1 or something in this one. But I don't know why I thought that, looking at this. I thought we were incredible. West Ham were dreadful, terrible. But we were great as well. And got a deserved win. Should have been by more. Should have been at least 6 or 7, maybe. Something like that. But we got to put these chances away. And we really got to do it against Liverpool. It is sort of a free hit if you think of it like that. We got the 3 points that matters here. If we come away with nothing or just a point, it would have been, well, not as great for us. But 3 points to take into the Liverpool game, very important. Follow me on Insta at Mr. B for Life 182 and subscribe to Mr. B Hive of Football Chat and Mr. B Chats England Cricket. Cheers, guys. I'm now up. I've got another sub. I'm up to 185. So please keep that going. That would be great. The cricket ones I've got to do. I'm going to do the cricket streams at the end of the group stage of the Women's World Cup. About England, obviously talking about England, and the men's after the T20. Of course, they're 1-0 up there, England, in the T20s against New Zealand on that tour. So after the second one, I'll do a review of that. And I'll say the review jointly of the women. So watch out for them. I know there are some people who want to see the cricket one, so are fans of it. So I will do them possibly near the end of this week or the weekend maybe. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. People in the live chat, Warren, of course, Kev, Manny, Luca, Jordan, and Harry. Thanks to you, all you guys, as usual, for coming in. Thanks for watching. And until the next one, I'm going to bounce, guys. So thank you all once again. Please keep smashing those likes, subbing. All good, guys. Thank you. Cheers, guys. Till the next one. Bye.